tell us a little bit about your season so far and how things have been going and your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I guess this season hasn't went the way I've wanted it to so far, the way I've wanted it to go so far. But there's been spells where I've played well, and I've had chances to win tournaments, and there's been spells where I felt like the game just hasn't been quite where I wanted to be. But I'm working hard and I'm staying patient, and obviously trying to turn it around, and looking forward to hopefully a good second half of the year.
Let's talk about the BMW Masters in Shanghai. Obviously you did very well last year, couldn't quite get over the winning post, great battle with Peter Hanson. Just tell us about your experiences from last year's event.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed the event last year. It was actually my second time playing at Lake Malaren. I played the year before when it wasn't sponsored by BMW, and I think BMW coming on board, has made it such a big and better event. The field last year was top class, and as you said, I was very close to winning the title, but Peter Hanson just played a little bit better than me in the final round. But I really enjoyed it. I think it's a really well set up tournament. We've got the hotel right there on the grounds. Everything's so easy. Everything's taken care of, and obviously China is such a growing market for golf, and it's great to go and play over there in such big events.
And Shanghai as a city, do you like going there? Is some sort of local restaurants you go, local food you like?
Yeah, I mean, I do like Chinese food, and I've gotten to know the city quite well over the last few years, from going and playing there. There's a couple of nice areas in Shanghai which have good restaurants, good shopping, like the Bund, which a lot of tourists go to, and it's a great destination for them, and also Xintandi, where you go at night time. There's nice restaurants, nice bars, and it's a very cosmopolitan city, especially for China. It's the most, I guess, when we go there, it's the city in China that we sort of recognize most in terms of you see the shops that you see here, you see everything like that, and you can almost get anything you want there. But it's a very vibrant city, and a city I love going back to.
And what about your fans in China? Are they very passionate about their golf and passionate about watching you?
Yeah, I think the one word I would describe the fans in China as would be enthusiastic. I guess golf is still a relatively new sport for them over there, so they they're enthusiastic. They want to go and see the best players in the world, and it's obviously great that the BMW can bring a tournament like this to Shanghai and showcase the best players in the world. And as I said previously, it's such a growing market for golf, and the demand is so high, and now with golf being an Olympic sport, China will only want to produce more golfers, and ultimately try and produce golfers that go on to win the big tournaments.
Again, just talking about last year's tournament, was there any particular moment you remember, an exciting shot or something that you really sort of felt, wow, this is going to make it for me this week?
I guess I've had previous good experiences at Lake Malaren before. I won the event in 2011, even though it wasn't sponsored by BMW. So I'd played well around that golf course, and I think I was going into the final round, one or two behind Peter Hanson, and he got off to a good start, and I didn't. But I sort of made a bit of a comeback coming down the stretch, and I remember I eagled the 15th, and I thought I could maybe pull it back here, and I birdied 16 as well. He got he made a really good up and down on 17, I remember, to stay one ahead, and I actually had a putt on the last hole to tie him to try and get into a playoff, and just missed it on the left edge. But it was a really good tournament. It was an exciting finish. I'm glad I made it an exciting finish, because I was a few behind Peter, with maybe 14 holes to go in the final round. But I was able to come back, and it was great to be a part of.
We interviewed Peter yesterday, and he's going to be back again this year. Any words for
Yeah, I mean, he played well there last year, and I've had two really good tournaments there. On that golf course, I really like that golf course, and if I feel like I'm going in there playing, close to my best, then I have a great chance to win.
Okay, cool. And let's just talk about golf in sort of general. I mean, it's an all year round sport, isn't it? These days, there's not much time off, is there? So, what is it that still kind of makes it so special to you?
I guess the competition. I'd still love the game if I wasn't competing, but I think the competition is the thing that keeps me coming back. The thrill of being up there on a Sunday and trying to win a tournament, and the buzz and a little bit of the adrenaline rush you get from that. But yeah, I mean, it's been in my family. It's been golf has been in my life since I was a very young boy, and I think it's golf is different than other sports that you're sort of you're brought into it. Well, I was brought into it at an early age by my father, and I played with my uncles and my father, and grew up, and you can play with so many different age groups, and I don't know. I mean, I used to when I was 8, 9, 10 years old, I'd be playing with 18-year-olds, and then when I was 15 or 14 or whatever, I was playing with the men, and it's something you can't really do in other sports. I guess because it's maybe not as physically demanding as other sports, and I don't know. I just I love the game, and I think I'll be playing it for a very long time.
And talking there about